but two boys area championship games. That's right, two. That's fantastic. Buckhorn is playing host to Lee. That will be on Zone 2. Two. That's right. That's going to be on Zone 2 with Buckhorn taking on Lee. And, of course, as I mentioned, I'm here at Huntsville High School. It'll be myself and Scott Tyson bringing you the coverage of the 7A Area 7 Championship, and that features the Crimson Panthers from Huntsville High School taking on the Senators from Sparkman High School. So that will come up over the airwaves. But in hour number 2, we're going to re-rack some interviews, so feel free to call in and be a part of our extravaganza here this Friday afternoon. As I mentioned, 256-576-4977. On Fridays, I like to hand the program directing job to you out there, our listeners. And Mark has called in early, so let's hear from Mark. Mark, you're on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you?
Doing great. This is the top radio station in North Alabama. And if it went all the way to the beach, you'd be number one in the state. So it's top-notch, man. I hear there's a sideline reporter opening in football in high school. If there is, I want it, you guys, in the fall. I can do, I'm like Jerry Duncan, it's very hot down here, Eli. Back to you. You remember that back in the day?
Yeah.
Y'all probably too young for that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Anyway, I'm chasing rabbits. But the Alabama Auburn game tomorrow, an Alabama win there, pretty much is going to, I think, solidify their one seed, in the tournament. But it's going to be a tough one. I understand they've got tents lined up outside the basketball arena there for a team that lost 5 or 6 in a row. So, interesting. But anyway, hey, on the pick 2, what we got?
Don't sleep on Auburn, especially in Neville Arena. I really don't sleep on Auburn. But your pick 2 is as follows, and we do straight-up winners because we like winners here on the drive. Alabama is at Auburn. You'll hear it right here on the Zone tomorrow afternoon. Chris Stewart will have that play-by-play call. Who you like, Bama or Auburn?
Let me think. Bama.
Okay. I think it's harder than what you're leading other people to believe, but
Roll Tide, brother!
Kansas City is an underdog. The Chiefs are an underdog in Super Bowl 57. Everybody loves Philly. Everybody falling in love with Philly. Who you like, Chiefs or Eagles?
It's going to be a runaway, Philly.
Woo!
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
So I need a little help here, and let's do a little on-air powwow. Chad, I wanted to get your thoughts as well. What's a good tiebreaker, either with the Super Bowl or the Alabama-Auburn basketball game? What do you think, Mark? What's a good tiebreaker?
Oh, I got one. I was going to go with Jalen, but let's not do that. Let's go with Miller, Alabama, number 24. My God, is it Miller? Is that right? The freshman.
You talking about Brandon Miller? Yes.
Yeah. How many points will he score against Auburn?
I was thinking about Wendell Green, actually, the talented point guard for the Auburn Tigers.
Never heard of him, but go ahead.
Never heard of him. Wow.
I haven't.
Wow.
Heard of Miller, though.
All right, since so you're the deciding vote, Chad. The total points either from Wendell Green, the point guard for the Auburn Tigers, or Mr. Everything, Brandon Miller. What do you think?
Ooh, no, yeah, Brandon Miller, without a doubt. I mean, he's player of the year. I mean, that guy. Oh, man, watching him Wednesday night, my goodness. I mean, to be able to be that tall and that athletic and just to be able to do everything on the court, I mean, my goodness, and Alabama is deep. So yeah, why not go with the better team here? Let's go with and the better player, Brandon Miller.
All right, 2-1. I get outvoted. All right, Mark. Total points for Brandon Miller tomorrow in Neville Arena.
We will score 27.
It is yours.
All right, appreciate you guys. Great show as always.
Thank you, Mark. Shane Sean is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, Shane Sean?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing well.
Cool. Just going to get on pick 2.
You got it, Bama or Auburn?
Bama.
This is Alabama.
Kansas City or Philadelphia?
Oh, Jalen Hurts all the way.
Total for Brandon Miller in tomorrow's matchup at Auburn.
So 23.
All right. It's yours, Shane Sean. Have a good weekend.
You too.
B-Ran is next. Where you been hiding, B-Ran?
Work, brother.
I don't blame you. Same here.
Yeah, gotta pay for all these bills we got.
Yeah, every time I see a new month roll around, your head goes in the same place mine does, and let's count up them bills, baby. Let's count them up.
Exactly. And that daughter of yours is getting to the age where she's going to start costing you some money.
I've got more than one.
Me,
I've got 2 teenage daughters. Yeah, that's right. They're already getting there in a big way. But yes, kids get more expensive as they get older.
Wait till that insurance and car payments and stuff.
So would you like to advertise with us here on the radio station?
I may need to go see Wes on the farm this weekend.
Talk me up, brother. Talk me up.
You know I will. I know where you live.
All right, pick 2. Let's get into it. I did not. Did you see any of that race in Los Angeles? I didn't. I heard it was not as well attended as that first go around last year.
It was not. Unfortunately, I watched it as long as I could, but I mean, and I loved it because they was wrecking every lap. But them California races on Sunday night, starting them at night, is just not good for us over on the Central and East Coast.
That was a night race, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah, it was like a dirt track. It was awful.
Yeah, it was. Easy now. I'm a big dirt track player.
I mean,
Yeah,
when you're gonna put that big of
dirt.
a car in that small of a track, I mean, it just didn't make sense.
Well,
so go-kart, are you telling me go-kart racing would be perfect in there?
Definitely.
It's I'm
not opposed to go-kart
I enjoy
racing.
the racing, there's just nowhere to pass, so the only way that you pass somebody is just spin them out. I mean, and
that's
so
no fun.
And I see what NASCAR's doing with it. They created drama before the Daytona 500. The Daytona 500's always been the Super Bowl for NASCAR, and so now they've got everybody mad at each other from being in California, and now they're going to the Super Bowl, so it kind of pumps it up a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, we are going to spend a little bit of time on the Daytona 500 next week here on the program, but let's get into it. Tell me what you think, B-Ran.
I know you got a full call bank, so I'm going to start off, and, I'm diehard Alabama, but I'm also gynecologist and a psychiatrist, so I'm going to go reverse psychology and say that other team in the state of Alabama.
Fair enough. Bruce Pearl and the Pearlettes. Kansas City or Philadelphia? Who do you like in the Super Bowl?
Same thing here with my doctor. I'm going reverse psychology, and I'm taking Patty Mahomes' wife and brother.
Burrowhead my ass! Woo!
Thank you very much, Chad. Total
War Eagle.
for Brandon Miller.
Can I get the same number as Shane, Sean, Ralph had because we got different
Yes.
picks? Okay,
100%,
I want 23
yes.
as well.
It is yours.
Thank you, Steve. Y'all have a great weekend, guys.
You too. Mike is next. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing fine, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I just want to get on that pick, too.
You got it. Auburn playing host to Alabama. Who you got?
I'll take the Tigers.
War Eagle.
That would be Drew DeArmond saying War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Kansas City taking on Philadelphia in Super Bowl 57.
I'm going with the Eagles.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagle!
Total for Brandon Miller in tomorrow afternoon's Iron Bowl of basketball.
19.
It is yours. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
256-576-4977, 256-576-4977. That's the number to be a part of the program on a Pick 2 Friday, brought to you by Humphreys Bar and Grill. You can check out their menu, incidentally, at humphreysdowntown.com. I noticed yesterday was National Pizza Day, and Humphreys has a darn good pizza. It's called the Carnivore, so you need to go over there and check that out. Again, it's humphreysdowntown.com. Gary is up next. What say you, Gary?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Good to talk to you.
Likewise.
I'm going to do the pick 2.
Gotcha. Auburn or Bama?
Alabama.
Roll Tide, brother!
KC or Philadelphia?
Philadelphia.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
That's never going to go away as long as Jalen Hurts is a Philadelphia Eagle. And Brandon Miller, total points. What do you think there, Gary?
24.
It is yours. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
And JD is also on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, JD?
Hey, doing well. So it's JB.
JB. Okay, no worries.
Yeah, no worries. So did
No, you didn't.
Did
No, you
Drew
didn't.
actually say War Eagle? Or is
Sure
that
enough.
War Eagle.
1,000%.
War Eagle.
1,000. So
Drew, you're saying
that
War Eagle?
that occurred before the season, before the football season last year.
Yeah.
When I asked him whether or not he was going to be rooting for Auburn against Texas A&M, and then he said,
War Eagle.
That's Drew. Is Drew there? I mean, is that recording or what?
That's a recording.
Yeah.
Although Drew will be in the building here at Huntsville High, I'm imagining sooner rather than later, as tip-off
Mr.
is
Statistician,
an
but he'll be
hour.
there.
Drew is just fuming that you're repeating him saying War Eagle that many times.
War Eagle. War Eagle. War Eagle.
Love it. I love it. Hey, I'm going to follow Drew's advice, and I'm going to pick Auburn.
All right. You know, Drew is
War
one
Eagle.
of the bigger Auburn fans that I've ever met, so.
You haven't met a lot of Auburn fans, I don't think so.
My brother graduated from Auburn, so.
Well, good for him. There's hope for you in the family, so right?
The Georgia-Auburn game is particularly cuts deep in the Moulton family. Philadelphia or Kansas City? Who you got?
You know, I'm going with Kansas City on this. I do. I'm not an Auburn or an Alabama fan, but Jalen Hurts he's a great athlete and a great individual. So there's no knock on him on that. But I am going to go with Kansas City. So
And total points for Brandon Miller, the talented, I've seen him play almost every position this year for Bama, except for the 5. I don't think I've seen him play the 5, but I've seen him play everywhere else.
Yeah, you can't deny the talent that he has. He is unbelievably talented, but I think that he's not going to do as well on this stage as he's done before. So I'm going to say he's going to still do well, but I'm going to say 16.
It is yours. Thank you, JB.
All right, thank y'all.
Have a good weekend. Willie is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Appreciate you calling in, Willie. How are you?
I'm doing great. How y'all today?
Doing well.
I just want to jump in on that pick 2.
You got it. Auburn or Alabama?
We're going to roll Tide.
And then Kansas City or Philadelphia in Super Bowl 57?
We're going to go with Jalen and Philadelphia.
Total for Brandon Miller.
Oh, about 17.
It is yours, Willie.
Thank you.
Appreciate the phone call. 256-576-4977. That is the number to be a part of the program. So, Chad, I don't know if you heard this. I was listening to the Rich Eisen show yesterday. Deion Sanders, the head man in charge at Colorado, had this to say about recruiting kids at different positions. I want to get your thought on this, being a former coach as well, seriously. But this is painting with rather a large brush, but this certainly got a rise out of Drew and Wes in the second hour of yesterday's show. But I wanted to get your thoughts on the following from Coach Prime.
Now quarterbacks are different.
Yeah.
We want mother, father, dual parent.
Mm-hmm.
We want that kid to be 3-5 and up because he's got to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad decisions off the field at all,
Mm-hmm.
because he has to be a leader of men. It's so many different attributes in what we look for when we see a quarterback. And you would love a coach's son. Somewhere that the coach has coached him, and I'm not going down my road. I see you smiling because
I know who your quarterback is.
He's
right
talking
now.
about my son. I didn't just build a template for my son, but that's what really we look for in quarterbacks. Different positions are different. Like O lineman, I look for dual parent homes,
right?
A strong father that they adhered to,
right?
Smart kid, at least 3.3 and above.
You're also describing Hurts.
Yeah, tough.
Well. I mean,
physical. I mean, offensive lineman. Defensive lineman is totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama. Trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I mean, I'm talking about just trying to make it. He trying to rescue mama. Like, mama barely made the flight.
Trying to get out the mud.
And I want him to just go get it. It's a whole different attributes that you look for in different positions, and we have that stuff just chronicled. We know what we want, and we go get it.
How much of that is accurate, you think, Chad?
But the guys that don't have that don't have any money, and the guys that, well, I guess, man, it really sucks that my mom and dad gave me lunch money every day, because I mean, I bought 2 lunches every day, and I usually gave it to my my friends who didn't have food, or the wrestlers who were trying it's just like, hey, sneak me some food that weren't supposed to be eaten, something like that. I guess 5'8" white guys aren't his guys either. But I wasn't getting recruited by Deion before, so I don't think I'm one of those type of guys. But I think it's kind of silly. It's funny the way he describes it. It's like we kind of all know what he's talking about, but we don't want to agree with what Deion's talking about. But I mean, the colorfulness and the way that he just kind of he kind of pokes fun at that kind of situation is like kind of how it's so stereotypical how certain TV broadcasters will be, or TV what am I trying to think of, stations will sit there and be like, this guy came out of nowhere and he had nothing and blah blah blah, and it's like this huge built up story and everything like that, and it's just like I love that he's kind of like kind of poking fun at that, but he's also kind of like, yeah, we're going to try to find the guys that are most athletic, but they're poor as anything, you know?
Yeah. What did he say exactly? I'm going to cue up that part of it again.
What do you mean?
Single mama. Trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I mean, I'm talking about just trying to make it. He's trying to rescue mama.
Anyway, that's what Coach Prime's looking for his defensive lineman there up in Boulder. I thought Coach Prime did have an interesting take on overtime rules. This is what he thinks about the college overtime rule compared to the NFL overtime rule.
Overtime, remember that?
Yeah.
We had battles about overtime.
Yeah.
I think the pros should adapt the college overtime.
You do like that,
I do.
huh?
But it should start at the 45.
Yes, because you got to have kicking involved.
You got to have kicking involved.
Yes.
So you should get the ball at the 45.
Yes.
Yeah, and you good.
The 45.
The 45.
Because you do have to,
Because if you get a first down, you kick the field goal. I mean, because the pros, 50-yard field goal is easy now.
Right.
So, back up overtime possession to the 45-yard line. I think he was talking about how the NFL could adapt it, but I kind of took it in a different realm of why not back up the college overtime to give the defense maybe a little fairer of a chance?
I don't agree that the NFL should have to be like the college, and I think that you should get another possession. You know, obviously if they score an offensive touchdown, and then I think you should if it goes into double overtime, go into double overtime and play for the win. I don't understand this whole tying everything when it comes, to professional sports, especially. I really think that you should really play to the win because, I think these ties are, even though some of them haven't really been an issue when it comes to making the playoffs and everything like that, I still think that they should try to play to the win. And then maybe if it goes to a double overtime, maybe then you should start doing it like the college format. But I think, honestly, give them more time in overtime so they actually have more time to go back and forth and try to win the game. Like I said, I think there should be 2 offensive possessions no matter what. And then, I don't think it should go to the college level. I do like that being further back, maybe for college, sure.
Yeah. Well, something else that I have read about, where did I read it? It was in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. There was a report about the NFL already looking into, just for the playoffs, a third emergency quarterback to be on the roster because of what happened in Philadelphia with the 49ers. They're trying to avoid that, so apparently that is going to, and I know money is a bit of an issue, but your practice squad kid, or your practice squad player is making about $9,000 a week, and if you make the active roster, even on the low scale, is around $27,000 a week. So I think there's enough money to make that happen, at least in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and take our first time out. Jeff, James, David, we'll get right to you on the other side. It's a Pick 2 Friday, brought to you by Humphrey's Bar and Grill. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Rambo Marine in Hazel Green is your one-stop shop for all things boating. Whether you are ready to surf with the newest Malibu wake boat or cruise on a Cobalt or Barletta pontoon, we have a boat ready for you and your family. Rambo Marine provides exceptional service second to none, so that you are ready to hit the water in no time. Stop by Rambo Marine today. We know boats. You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
The Stretch Zone, with 2 locations in the Tennessee Valley, will get you ready for whatever spring activities you have planned, from golf to tennis or just to increase your general activity. The Stretch Zone can get you limbered up to feel your best. Plus, you'll be taught the best stretches that you can do on your own in between visits to one of our 2 locations in Hampton Cove and Huntsville or on Balch Road in Madison. Visit StretchZone.com for more information. That's StretchZone.com and be the best of you. Learn more at StretchZone.com.
Your home holds lifelong memories. When you buy a house with Bryant Bank, those memories begin with us. Our friendly and knowledgeable mortgage team will work with you individually to navigate the home buying process. We'll take care of the paperwork while you dream of holiday dinners and hosting game day parties in your new home. Contact a Bryant Bank mortgage officer today to get started. BryantBank.com, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 582857.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We get to enjoy a little bit of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 50s. Some of us could see 60 degrees, fairly confident many of us are going to fall just shy. Dropping into the mid 30s as we head into the overnight, early into your Saturday morning. We're going to be talking about a little bit of rain as we head into the later part of Saturday morning and then through Saturday afternoon, even as we head into Saturday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at WoodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here with you on a Friday edition of The Drive. I'm live here at Huntsville High School. Sparkman has just arrived, as we are an hour and a half from tip for the area championship game. And, of course, you can hear it right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And we've got another area championship game as well. You can check out Buckhorn taking on Lee tonight as the boys are up in the New Market area. For that contest, that'll be on Zone 2. And then... And then also on Zone 4 will be Huntsville Havoc Hockey. As the hockey side of it, they're not taking on Vermilion County. I don't know if you've been following that story. There is no Vermilion County. Well, there is actually a Vermilion County, but there is no Bobcat hockey team anymore, as they closed the door on that. So it is the Birmingham Bulls, who reside in Pelham, making their way up here. They defeated Peoria last night, and that's nothing to sneeze at as well. That stopped a 10-game winning streak for the Peoria Rivermen, as they are currently in first place in the SPHL. Austin Coletti will have the play-by-play call over on Zone 4, and that will start in about an hour and a half as well over on Zone 4. All right, we've got jammed up phone lines. You're the star here on a Pick 2 Friday. It's brought to you by Humphrey's Bar and Grill. And Jeff, starts us off here in segment number 2. How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Let me jump on pick 2, please.
You got it. Auburn playing host to Alabama.
Give me Auburn.
War Eagle.
Kansas City taking on Philadelphia.
Kansas City.
Arrowhead my ass! Woo!
Total for Brandon Miller.
Go 22.
22 is yours. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
James is next. How are you, James?
Doing great, Steve. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Could I get on to pick 2, please?
Of course, absolutely. Auburn or Alabama?
It'll be Alabama.
This is Alabama.
And Kansas City taking on Philadelphia.
Looking for Philadelphia to take that.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
Total for Brandon Miller in tomorrow's game at Neville Arena.
Is 29 available?
It is, and it is yours.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you, James. Badger Larry is up next. Where you been hiding, Badger Larry?
I've been staying busy, Steve.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. Tell me a little bit about your squad there basketball-wise. Haven't seen too much of Wisconsin, but they're always solid, it seems, year in and year out.
Yeah, they've been struggling. They've had a couple of injuries over the last month, and they've been really struggling the last month. They've almost played themselves out of the dang tournament if they ain't careful. So
I watched Purdue last night, and they struggled a little bit. They were playing Iowa at home, but they handled their business pretty well.
Yeah, I think Purdue is definitely they're the cream of the crop. But we'll see. I mean, if they can get it hot again because we started off the season really well. So
Yep. This time of the year, I don't have to. Coaches get very nervous because all it takes is one joker to get hot one night, and you're done.
Yeah, that's a fact. So, anyway, everything else is going good, son. So I'll get on the pick too.
Gotcha. Auburn or Alabama?
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, brother.
Kansas City or Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, I think, is going to win that one.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
Total for Brandon Miller.
Can I go 29? Is that available?
With that combination, that's what James just did, so no.
Okay, then how about 30?
Yes. It was literally any other number except for 29.
Okay, 30 is what I'll take.
Then it is yours. Have a good weekend.
Brother. You too.
DJ, you are next. How are you, DJ?
What about it, Steve? I'm calling about this free meal you're offering.
There you go. A lot of good stuff at Humphrey's Bar and Grill.
It's not Quiz Grizz now.
All right. Well, hopefully I'll get to try it out.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's get you in the running. Auburn or Alabama?
Roll Tide.
This is Alabama.
And
That's right.
Kansas City or Philadelphia?
I'm going to go Roll Eagle on that one there, Steve.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
Total for Brandon Miller is your tiebreaker.
Is 27 available?
It is not in that combination. I can do 28. I can do 31. I can do 25.
What about 34? Is that available?
34 is free.
Guy's a dog.
We'll roll with that. All right. Appreciate it, man. Y'all have
Thank you, DJ. This whole week, I've been hearing Philadelphia, Philadelphia, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And they're
just the most complete team. They're the healthiest team. I mean, everyone's looking at the injuries with Kansas City, but it's a 1.5. Like, Kansas City is still a 1.5 point favorite because of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Yeah. I think Kansas City's going to find a way. I really do. I could be way off, but we shall see. That comes up on Sunday. Wolverine Dan is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline on a Pick 2 Friday. How are you, sir?
Pepsi Defensive Player of the Year, Aiden Hutchins.
So you've pivoted from Brady to Hutchinson. Is that what you're telling me?
He's my new guy.
Michigan, go blue.
Oh, that sounds so good. That made me feel real. Thank you so much. Anyway, I'm telling you, you know what's going to happen is Chicago's going to, they're going to trade up for a blockbuster trade and get like 4 or 5 players, and then they're going to, and then the Carter beast for Georgia ain't going nowhere until the 6th pick, and we pick them up, and we're going to have a monster defensive line that can't be stopped.
So I don't know if you heard Jerry Glanville, Dan, but he was not too thrilled with the time management skills of your head coach. Likes the team, not sure about the coaching staff.
Well, the team hasn't looked this good in a long time, Steve, so I think we're doing okay. Jerry needs, Jerry,
it's not me. I'm just passing along
I like
info
Jerry.
from a guy who knows a thing or two, and that's Coach Jerry Glanville.
Well, his middle name is NFL, not for long, okay? So, I mean, it is what it is. So, anyway, I'm on my way.
How are you? How are you going to ingest the Super Bowl on Sunday?
You know what? I think I'm going to hang out with the wife, and we're just going to have, we're getting up there in years, and, with 36 years coming up, and, we're just, sometimes crowds are too much for her and I. We're getting up there in years, I mean.
I want to go home, put the feet up, drink a beer, and...
Oh, did you just said when you just did that though? Did you hear that?
No, I did not.
She said we can watch the game and our jammies are naked. That's what I'm talking about. Holy moly! Oh, I got the best Super Bowl of all time.
I don't think Roger Goodell would condone that halftime show, but
okay. Well, I'll make my own halftime show. Okay. With that said,
you know what? Let me get on to pick 2. I am. I'm the guy that when he picks, he wins. So I'm gonna shut these guys down in the Super Bowl.
Wow. Auburn or Alabama? Who you got tomorrow afternoon?
Where's it at?
Auburn.
You know what? I know you got that soundbite. I'll take Bama.
Roll Tide, brother.
See, that's why I did it.
Kansas City or Philadelphia?
He ain't my Mahomie. I don't like that Mahomie.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
Brandon Miller, how many points is he going to get at Auburn tomorrow?
Who's Brandon Miller?
Okay, so I can just say Michael Jordan, how many points is he going to get tomorrow at Auburn?
Well, I don't know. Is he wearing his Nikes? I don't know.
Have you seen the promo for the new Air Jordan movie?
No, I really haven't, and I really don't care, to be honest with you.
It's Sonny Vaccaro, good friend of the program, chronicling Nike pulling their brand fully behind one Michael Jordan.
Well, I'm happy. That's a good thing. I mean, I'm glad people are doing well and making money. That's great. I mean, You know what?
Total for Brandon Miller is your tiebreaker, Mr. Naked Man.
Okay, all right. So how many? That means how many points in one basketball game? Correct.
In one basketball game.
All right. So somebody's already said 30. What's his average?
His average, I want to say, he leads the SEC. I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, Lord.
Is it 19? I was going to go 22.
19.
Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. It's 19.
Well, I mean, I'm wearing Steve Eiserman's hockey jersey right now, so
there you go.
We all know what number that is.
19 it is.
All right, listen, man, it's all good, brother. Good to hear from you. Talk to you. Listen, you got to get that date down, man. You know, get Mama's done with school now. We got to hook up.
Absolutely, we'll make it happen.
Please, we'd love to hang out. I'll see you.
Y'all have a good weekend. I'll be sure and alert the police officers on the whereabouts in your neighborhood. What is going on? Doug is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. It's a Pick 2 Friday. How are you, Doug?
I'm doing great, Steve. Hope you are.
I'm fully clothed. How about that?
Well, thanks for that, visual. I just wanted to hop
Well,
on
I'm not the one that went
quick.
there initially. I'm just...
You didn't need to go there the second time.
I guess I'm
Or
going
the
to be
third.
a contrarian. I'm going to take Auburn.
All right.
War Eagle.
Give me Kansas City.
You got it?
And
Arrowhead Mass!
What was that for Brandon Miller?
8 points. You know, it's hard to win on the road in the SEC.
So you said 8? Did I hear that right?
No, 18.
Oh, 18. Gotcha.
18. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
It is hard to win on the road. No question about that.
At Vandy, Tennessee, just this past week. Anything can happen.
Yes. Ooh.
All right, y'all.
You ain't
have a
lying.
great weekend. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, Doug. Philip is next. Is this the Philip?
It's the Philip. It's the only one.
How are you, Philip?
I'm doing pretty good, Steve. How's it going tonight?
Doing well. Getting ready for the area championship game here at Huntsville High School.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to go call that in a little bit.
It'll be over our airwaves in a little over an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. I may tune in to listen to it and think. Well, I want to hop on Pick 2 right quick. I'm going to see if I can win again this weekend.
All right. Auburn or Alabama?
It's got to be Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, brother!
And Kansas City taking on Philadelphia in Super Bowl 57.
I'm picking Philadelphia.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
Total for Brandon Miller is your tiebreaker.
Has 31 been taken?
31 is yours.
All right, Steve. Well, I appreciate it, and have a good weekend.
You too. 256-576-4977. That is the number to be a part of the program. Let's go ahead and take our second time out here. And we'll continue to take your phone calls on the other side here on a Pick 2 Friday. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When was the last time you changed the oil in your car? You probably know the answer to that without having to think too hard. When was the last time you had your home's air conditioning system checked? If the answer is, I've never done that, you should listen to the rest of this commercial. Your home's heating and cooling system is very likely the most expensive appliance you have. You've got your refrigerator, your washer and dryer, your TV, and other electronic devices. None of these items come close to the investment you have in your home's heating and cooling system. And what's even more startling as your home's comfort system uses more energy than all of your other appliances combined. Become a member of the Environmental Comfort Systems Comfort Care Club, and we'll make sure your home's comfort system is operating the way it's supposed to. Give Environmental Comfort Systems a call today. We are your independently owned American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. Visit our website at envcomfort.com. Alabama license number 92314. Environmental Comfort Systems. That's envcomfort.com.
Over 60 years ago, our founding father taught us the value of being dedicated to long-term customer satisfaction in every transaction we do, sales, parts, and service. Bobby White here for Woody Anderson Ford, thanking you for your loyalty for over 60 years, and we promise to keep working hard to earn your business every day. Just so happens that for 46 of those 60 years, our F-150 has been the best-selling truck in America. And now is a great time to drive one. We've got over 100 F-150s to choose from, and financing as low as 2.9% for up to 5 years on 2022 F-150s. With your good credit through Ford Motor Credit, offer ends February 28th. Or if a nearly new Ford fits you better, trade in and trade up to a Ford Gold Certified or Blue Certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. Great warranties, 24-hour roadside assistance, and you'll take them home with a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Woody Anderson Ford celebrating over 60 years of service to Huntsville, and we look forward to serving you.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Are you in the market for a recreational vehicle? Do you want to get out and see more of this beautiful country? Well, imagine hearing the laughter of your little ones enjoying gooey s'mores by a cozy campfire and making lasting memories with your friends and family from the comfort of a new camper. We can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-306-8158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-306-8158. That's 800-306-8158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-306-8158. Again, 800-306-8158.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We get to enjoy a little bit of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 50s. Some of us could see 60 degrees, fairly confident many of us are going to fall just shy. Dropping into the mid 30s as we head into the overnight, early into your Saturday morning. We're going to be talking about a little bit of rain as we head into the later part of Saturday morning and then through Saturday afternoon, even as we head into Saturday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You know, this process is all about talking ball.
Listen to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond.
What did they want privacy for? To just start talking ball.
Every weekday morning, wake up with Scott and Drew. It's Talkin' Ball. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Back here at Huntsville High School, getting you set for the 7A Area Championship game between the Huntsville Crimson Panthers and the Sparkman Senators. 5th year in a row, and the man in charge at Sparkman High School, head coach Jamie Coggins, kind enough to join us. How are you, Coach?
I am doing well, Steve. Thanks for having me on tonight.
What a final scene that was there in the semifinals on Wednesday, Coach.
Wow, I tell you what, it could have been no doubt a Hollywood script. I told somebody, I said, they need to make this into the movie. I'm calling Hollywood. And, I had a coach said, Coach, I know you drew that up just like that. And I'm like, I was just glad my guys didn't panic. They just kept their cool and made a couple of passes and found Mello. And Mello steps up and knocks down a 40-footer. I mean, it was unbelievable.
And he shot it like he shot a free throw.
Absolutely. He stepped right into it, smooth, didn't rush it, and nothing but the bottom of the net.
It's amazing what seniors
pandemonium.
can do.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Just something about that final year.
Absolutely.
It does something to them, Coach.
Well, everything that we've been through this year, all the tournaments we've won, the challenging schedule that we've had, and we slumped a little bit in January, and the guys just hung in there, came to work every day, worked hard, and they just kind of stayed the course, and just very proud of them the other night for just never giving up and quitting. Showed a lot of their character and what kind of young men they are.
Give me a key or two for the game tonight for your squad.
Well, I think, defensively, we can't have any lapses on defense. I think the last time we played them, I thought we guarded very well, but we had a couple of lapses here and there. Every possession, as they say in the playoffs, matters. And so we just got to make sure that we're locked in for every one. Keep them off the boards. Huntsville is a great offensive rebounding team. So we got to make sure that we limit them to one shot. And then on the offensive end, when we played them last time down the stretch, we turned it over a couple of times and we didn't execute quite as well as we needed to. So just clean those areas up.
Because I called that game when you were in this gym. You got off to a great start, and that their pressure did create some turnovers.
It did. I think we were up 8 going into the fourth quarter, and most of the fourth quarter we were up. But we missed a couple of layups. We went back, watched the film, and we told our guys, now, listen, you really can't leave money on the table, man. You got to because one of those was going from 8 to 10, the other one was going from 6 to 8, and those make a difference. And we told the guys, we just got to finish those plays, lock up defensively, and then take care of the basketball.
There are a couple of guys on your squad, of those seniors, that immediately stand out. You mentioned Carmelo, but Will Hawkins.
Just has had a fantastic year. He plays with so much energy, and he's flying around. He's going to get boards, deflections. He's kind of our tone setter on the defensive end, and the guy that we put up top sometimes in our zone or half-court trap, and really plays with a lot of grit, and a guy that really has been one of our leaders this year.
Well, looking at the Huntsville High coaching staff, I was going to ask you on whether or not maybe you think you can take Coach Schweers in a game of horse.
Coach Schweers came over just a minute ago, and he talked about, what do you think? Sparkman staff versus Huntsville staff. And, of course, I said, is the big kid playing right there in the blue shirt. He's 6'7", 6'8". And I said, we don't have anybody like that. We're all guards. Well, that's typical of Sparkman, all guards, no height. So he said, I don't know, Coach. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. We might not play him. So it might be a toss-up. I don't know. So.
Well, Coach, I mean, we're bordering on this just being an inevitability. This is 5 years in a row.
I know, 5 years in a row, and they've gotten us, I guess, the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Overtime
last year.
Yeah, overtime last year. I mean, Steve, every game last year we played them 4 times. They got us 3 out of 4, but every game was 1 or 2 points and 1 possession. And, they made the play, and we didn't. And you got to give them credit. And, this year they come to our house, and they, I think it's maybe a 7-8 point game at the end of the third, but then they kind of get away from us. And then over here, we led the the majority of the game until
Except for the
about
last
under the
2 minutes.
2-minute mark.
Yeah.
So just got to clean those things up, and it's going to be a great game. They're a great team. They got great players. Coach Squeers does a great job, and it's going to be very competitive like always.
No doubt. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate you hopping on.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
And as Coach Jamie Coggins kind enough to join us here as we're live at Huntsville High School, getting ready for the area championship game that you'll be able to hear right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. As we've got only one more segment to go before we're going to re-rack some interviews that we did earlier in the week. So feel free to call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline after this Sports Center update, 256-576-4977. We'll be right back.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. We're still a place to call for your insulation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Sports Center.
I'm Kevin Winter. There are 11 games in the association tonight. Including the Dallas Mavericks on the road visiting the Sacramento Kings. Dallas's 5-game road trip continues, and it will continue tonight without the services of Luka Doncic. Still dealing with that heel injury that he suffered before the trip even began. Doncic joined Dallas today for practice. It's not good enough to go for the game. Mavericks and the Sacramento Kings. So the Luka-Kyrie duo and debut for them, that will have to wait. Boston, meanwhile, opens up the ESPN television doubleheader by playing host to the Charlotte Hornets. Celtics acquiring Mike Muscala yesterday from the Thunder. He's in uniform tonight. Jaylen Brown is not. The maxillary fracture of his face. Also not in uniform tonight is Al Horford. He's dealing with injuries. Celtics and the Charlotte Hornets, game one of the ESPN television doubleheader. Coverage is underway right now. Coming up later tonight, game 2 of the doubleheader. It will be the Cleveland Cavaliers visiting the New Orleans Pelicans. Coming up next weekend, not only is it NBA All-Star Weekend here on ESPN Radio, it's also the Genesis Invitational. Tiger Woods tweeted today he will play in the Genesis Invitational next week. Hasn't played a regular, non-major tour event since back in December of 2020.
Coming up Monday, we'll recap everything from Super Bowl 57, the game, the commercials, and of course, Rihanna's halftime show. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
97.7 ESPN The Zone. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Back here at Huntsville High School, we are 62 minutes away from, I believe, the anthem. And then tip-off is slated for 7:08 for those of you scoring at home. So you do still have time, but both Huntsville High is actually out on the court warming up. But we've got Sparkman and Huntsville. And now we've got some music as well. So we're jamming here at Huntsville High. Chad Gwathney is filling in for our esteemed producer who went down to Auburn for the game. Chad, what do you think about the matchup between Alabama and Auburn tomorrow?
Oh man, I mean, it's gonna get tough for sure. I mean, Neville Arena is gonna be packed out. I mean, obviously game day is gonna be there. Everyone's gonna have those jitters. You kind of expected Alabama to maybe have a little hiccup against Florida, but the way that they just kind of dominated, I wouldn't say necessarily inside the paint because Castleton got his with 29, but that's what they're going to have to do really, I think, against Auburn. If they can control the paint, be able to knock down some shots, they were really consistent from three against Florida. Limit the turnovers, and then I really don't see – in years past, sure. Maybe last year, sure. I feel like with the turnover Auburn's had and the depth that Alabama has, I think Alabama will win close. I don't think they're going to win handily, but they're definitely going to win by. They're going to win by like 8 or 9. It'll be something close.
So there's always a hiccup in an elite team schedule, and it feels like the perfect storm to me, where Auburn has not necessarily been playing their best basketball here as of late, and heck, it's February, it's almost Valentine's Day. This is when you need to start revving that engine to find out how good of a team you have. I just think Auburn is going to find a way. I think Wendell Green is going to go out of his mind, and he needs to. Broome has been playing consistently well, but the other guys like Cardwell, we'll see how they look tomorrow. There are fewer question marks, there's no doubt about it, with the depth and the talent that the Crimson Tide have. But the best team doesn't always win, and that's why I think Auburn's going to find a way tomorrow. I could very well be wrong, but that's what I think. How about Super Bowl 57? I'm going Kansas City. How about you?
All right, so Kansas City is a 1.5-point favorite, obviously, I believe, right?
Philadelphia is a 1.5 point.
Philly's the favorite? Okay. So
yeah, Philly's the favorite.
Either way, I think it's a little, I don't know. I think it's too close because of how close it is, because of the, like I said before, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid against his old team. And Sirianni's worked for him before. So that it's crazy that it's that close. The Eagles are the most complete team, so I agree with everybody that they should be able to win this game. Some people have said handily because of how much they just don't have injury-wise. But if I had to say, give me the Eagles to win, but don't put it past you, or put it past me, like literally look and see where Patrick Mahomes scores a late touchdown to win the game. Because, I mean, it's freaking Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, but give me the Eagles.
All right. There you go. It is on the record. Chad, I appreciate you coming in and
no problem.
Basically lighting the candle on both ends. Appreciate your work.
Oh, no problem at all.
As
good luck to Bandy.
Take our first.
He's lighting the candle on both ends tonight. So good luck to Bandy and John tonight, too, and over at the Buckhorn broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely. That's over on Zone 2. And then also tonight as well at 7 o'clock, you'll be able to hear Huntsville Havoc Hockey, because we are just all over the place here at 97.7 ESPN The Zone as the Havoc take on the Bulls. I've got Huntsville and Sparkman covered for you over the airwaves. But be sure and download our app as well. Search 977 ESPN in your Google Marketplace or your Apple Store. And don't forget about our sister station, the streaming station that we have, the Blitz Sports Radio. They have daily local programming, including the Recruiting Blitz with Trudy Arman every weekday from 9 to 10 a.m. and then Afternoon Blitz, the Afternoon Blitz with the Bandy Man and Captain Cool. That's from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take our first time out. We'll continue along here on a Pick 2 Friday next.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com. You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
There's something most of us fail to think about until something goes wrong, and that's our home's air conditioning system. Hello, friends. My name is Rick Smith.
And I'm Cooper Constant here with Environmental Comfort Systems.
Heating and air conditioning